Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everyone doing? Okay. I'm doing good. Of course, not that many people showed up, which is kind of expected. The, the speculation map came in at 9:11 at night in my time. So my stream was planned a bit late. Um, but not to worry. Sorry for the breathing. We will still do this speculation through the stream. Will show up. Anyway, without without um without wasting too much time, let's get on with this. Oh wait, hold on, wait. Okay, there we go. So, just like the previous Horror Night speculations, we will speculate what will be coming in Universal Studio Orlando's and Hollywood's Halloween Horror Nights event for this year. But before we start speculation, Universal themselves revealed the theme of this year's event through their merchandise. Hold up, sorry. Okay. So usually with Universal revealing the themes of the Halloween event, they usually do it through merchandise reveals. And when it comes to merchandise reveals, they also reveal the theme for the event. In 2022, they revealed the Halloween theme. 2023 did they did Magic and Mysticism. 2024 did some sort of rock and roll and dimensional travel theme. And if I could, I'm moving the tab so you can see better. What? I guess you could kind of. Why? Okay, so this year could be like a cemetery Victorian theme. because there's a brick wall of some sort of cemetery house or a castle with roots growing out of it. And oh, hello, Scarlet Wizard. Um, anyway, they're also teasing a possible character that could make his appearance in this year's event. I'll talk about this in the end of the stream. Right now, we're gonna focus more on the actual maps. As you can see right here, this is our second speculation map in for Orlando. I know I put 2.5 in the previous stream, but that was a mistake. I miscounted the I miscounted the map order. I'll take the blame. But in the previous stream, if you missed the previous two live streams, in the previous ones they usually don't have this symbol. They used to done it. They used to do this back last year, but in the past two maps. Wait, three maps. The past three maps. They got rid of the symbol. I thought they would get rid of it for good, but thankfully for this speculation map, they brought back the symbols. Not only the film reels, but they also added a TV symbol as well. So we now know which one could be not only a movie property, but also a TV property. So now we got the explanation out of the way. Let's finally start speculating. We'll probably skip the ones that we already knew, like so if you want me to explain more, if there's a film reel next to the symbol, it means that this haunted house could be based on a movie. Or in this case, if it has a TV symbol right here, it could be based on a TV show. Okay, so let's start speculating. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention we finally have symbols for the scare zones. We're gonna focus on them after we finish with all these houses. Let's start with Soundstage 23A. And this one seemed to have a wrestling ring with a coffin. People have speculated that this could be WWE with the character The Undertaker. I don't think some of you are familiar with WWE. I am a bit. My biggest sister is a huge fan of WWE. So this right here is what the Undertaker looks like. Or this could be based on the horror wrestling team that I forgot the name of. The Wyatt family? Is this it? No, I don't think. That's not it. I don't think that's it. Ah, this team right here. This team right here. I forgot the names. Where are? No. Oh, they are the Y6. So this could be what this house could focus on. If you think it could focus on something else, let me know. But this one, this is the. It's been rumored a lot recently, so it has a high chance of it happening. Or maybe they could mash this up with the Undertaker. That'll be interesting. Anyway, so this could reference WWE. So moving on to Southstage 22, we have columns with a paintbrush and some sort of Hispanic art piece. It could focus on a Latin American monster. They did a Latin American house last year. Maybe it could be a solo monster Latin American house. Maybe evil patron that lives in Latin America. Or maybe it could be hinting of a certain character I mentioned that was mentioned earlier about the merchandise reveal. Again, we will talk about that character within the end of the stream. Anyway, we have the security camera again, and now it has a film reel, which means it could be based on the movie. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. I've been hoping that it will be based off FNAF, and with the security camera symbol having the film reel, it's looking a bit likely. It's looking a bit likely that it could be based on the FNAF movie, since the sequel of it is coming this October. Maybe they could do something interesting that they would do like a dual movie house where they adapt both this movie and the sequel. That'd be pretty cool. Well, so especially when they're gonna adapt Springtrap, I would love them to recreate that scene of William becoming Springtrap. That would be an awesome scene within the haunted house. What do you think? Is FNAF coming to Halloween Horror Nights or nay? Moving on, we have Soundstage 24 Roots. It has the wings of circle and the sides, but instead of the buildings, it now has a leafless tree. Maybe this could relate to the Evil Roots theme for the event, or a certain character. Maybe that. What do you think about that? Anyway, moving on to Soundstage 25. Wait. I'm gone. Anyway, Soundstage 25 has like the trash cans, the trash bags. Now it has a film reel. I predicted that it might lead to Terrifier. Now it's looking more and more like. I say Terrifier because the character art, the clown, carries trash bags of weapons throughout his movies. I've never seen his movies, but I've heard lots of things of it. So now it's looking more and more likely that it's gonna be Terrifier. I wouldn't be surprised if Terrifier might be our first haunted house. What, what, what rock? I have been living under a rock. What? Oh, wait, no. 25. We're moving on to the Fast and Furious building. Now it has a campfire that has a film reel. It has been heavily rumored now that Friday the 13th could be coming to the event this year. It's been rumored pretty heavily this year. That's why your main man, our main man, um, our main man Jason Voorhees could be coming to this series event. In fact, yesterday they revealed it. Yesterday, the Jason merchandise team revealed what he's going to, his new look for merchandise, I guess. It's for a new merchandise line for the franchise. Here it is. I'm saying campfire because usually, the Friday the 13th series takes place within a campsite. So, what do you think? Is Jason gonna make his way to Halloween Horror Nights with his dull machete, or nay? Moving up to Soundstage 23. Sound. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Moving on to Sprung 10 to 3, we have a more detailed book with snowflakes. Like I said earlier, this could be themed to scary tales. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I'm explaining this again. Scary tales is basically like an original concept for Halloween Horror Nights where fairy tale characters turn evil or something. The previous iteration back in 2018 focuses on the Wicked Witch cursing the land of fairy tales, make them evil, I guess. And it seems that this year could focus on the Snow Queen. This character, the Snow Queen. The Snow Queen. I don't know much about the story, but sometimes she's a good guy, or sometimes she's a bad guy. The story's a bit complicated. Before we move on, I would like to give a fun fact that the Snow Queen inspired Disney's Frozen. Moving on to Soundstage Song Tent. I kept saying Soundstage. I'm so sorry. Okay, we announced Sprung Tent 4 with a thumbs up symbol. I said it's gonna be Fallout because of Vault Boys. Vault Boys thumbs up. I predicted that it's gonna be Fallout because of Vault Boys' signature thumbs up. The wave question will be based on the games or the movies. Now we now finally have the answer. That's gonna be based on the Amazon TV series. I gotta watch the series before the event started. I haven't seen the series yet, but I heard it's really good. Anyway, I think we're done with the movie properties because we have two more original concept houses. This one, for 10 to 2, there's A box full of toys. Maybe haunted toys? Japanese haunted toys? Maybe? I don't know. One? Mm, what do you... What would you think the concept would be based on? Any concept that relates to this. Let me know. I would like to know your ideas of what this could be. Unlike the other idea, that I have a more clear idea of what this could be, this final house symbol that has an eye patch and chains. This concept, except this concept right here. This concept debuted last year as a side, as a B movie in a house called Star Cinema 2. And I'm gonna explain this again. They would take a, they would make a haunted house based on a B movie concept. They would take a concept of a B movie concept from Star Cinema and turn it into its own separate house in the following year. They did this back in 2019 with the Yeti, and it looks like they're doing it again here, which is fine. I would prefer like Cyborgs, but this one seems to be a fan favorite. And I'm ready to hunt some demons. Would you like to hunt some demons? Like Demon Slayer? Let me know. And that's it for the haunted houses, but whoa, hold up. We're not done yet, because we finally have symbols for scare zones. The R symbols right here. And the most interesting one is that we don't have a main street scare zone here. Either that's a mistake, or they pulled it off on purpose. Because usually, spoiled. Usually with this area, they always put a main scare zone within near the main entrance. They did this since 2021, and it's kind of been a staple. Now it looks like that we might not get it this year, which is pretty sad because this entrance usually introduced you to the world of Howling Horror Nights, getting you interested of what lies within the event. This could be a mistake. Like I said, this could be a mistake, or they done this on purpose to tease that there won't be a main scare zone this year. It's especially sad for that character. Anyway, we have a scare zone within the New York area. This one seems to be a radiation symbol with, I'm guessing, in New York. I think. Maybe. I've heard of a rumor that this could be like a Dead Man City house a city house a while back, and it looks like this could be a scare zone concept instead, which I would like to see. I would like to see that. Now, moving right along to the San Francisco area, we have a familiar symbol. Yes. Moving right along to the Central Park area of the park, we have a curious symbol of a cat and a wolf. It looks like a mutated cat and wolf breed. Maybe mutated anthropomorphic animals? That's the thing I'm curious about. Me? It could be it could be it could be anthropomorphic animals, mutated anthropomorphic animals. Or maybe like a tribe, I don't know. I need to get more context soon. Moving on to the final scare zone of the map, we have a gesture house symbol. Maybe this could lead to a Mardi Gras themed scare zone? Halloween Hornets did a Mardi Gras scare zone in the past called Zombie Grass. Yeah, it was back in 2010. Not only that, Universal did a Mardi Gras event. Let me see. They always do Mardi Gras events since 1995. They recently did one this year. I wish I went to. It was fun. We could see a sequel of Zombie Grass or a new concept of a Mardi Gras scare zone. If it is original concept, what do you think that concept will be? Let me know. And I already know what this symbol is. This is gonna be this. It's been stable since 2021, and it's no secret it's gonna come back this year. This show is gonna come back this year, and it looks like, oh my god, that seems to be it for Orlando. And now we're gonna go to Hollywood. We're gonna skip the symbols that we already talked about. Like the thumbs up is Fallout. The campfire is Friday the 13th. The ring is WWE with a coffin. The security camera is FNAF. The trash bags is Terrifier. Time for Hollywood. We're gonna talk about that later. For this The haunted house is set within the H lot of the park. The H parking lot, I think. Mm-mm. Is that this has a film mural, but it also has a light ball symbol with the ghost. There's rumors that that there's heavy rumors that um there's heavy rumors now that Poltergeist might be coming to the event for Hollywood this year as a Hollywood exclusive. I wouldn't mind that because usually they would add exclusives that'll make Floridians upset and jealous. Last year, they brought back The Weeknd within with a brand new trilogy that I was sick. I was upset that it didn't come to Orlando last year, but Poltergeist, I wouldn't mind being a Hollywood exclusive because it already came to HHN back in 2018, so 7 to 8 years ago. 7 to 8 years ago. Oh, if it is, I wouldn't mind. Wrong map, okay. Moving on to. Oh yeah, we're also skipping the Wish at one, either the theaters or the Wicked Witch. The next symbol we're gonna focus on is this pinata symbol in the Parisian courtyard of Universal Hollywood. People said that it could be Monsters 3. Hold on. It could be like a third house of the Monster series. Maybe that, but I don't know if they're gonna do that for a third time in a row. They did this 2 times in the previous 2 years. I don't know if they can do this again. I wouldn't mind, but I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. And finally, we have a theme for this year's Terror Tram. And it looks like Enter the Blumhouse might be coming back this year. If you're unaware who Blumhouse is, they are a horror studio that produces multiple horror movies. Yeah, I've never been to their website. Yeah, that's their recent movies. Films produce they produce lots of horror films. They did the Megan. They even did a FNAF movie. They did the Black Phone. They're also the creators of The Purge, Insidious. They did the Halloween remake, Happy Death Day, and more. They did a tour tram of that theme last year, and they did such as Megan 2.0, The Black Phone 2, and even FNAF 2. Before we end off the stream, no wait. Hey, well, the character. We still have, we have one new symbol for the scare zone, for a scare zone, which is in, yeah, I predicted that this is gonna be a Murder Crows scare zone. Murder of Crows. This scare zone, right here, in Persia Dangerous Waters. So this symbol could be like a robot head or a medieval helmet. Maybe robot invaders or skeleton knights. I don't know, both concepts would be pretty interesting. What would you prefer? Evil Dead Knights or robot invaders as a scare zone? Please, please let me know what you think. Which concept is better for this area? Maybe the Knights to implement the cemetery, castle themed. Before we end off the stream, remember in the beginning of the stream where I said, hold up, wait, 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 wait. I said that in the merchandise reveal that they could be teasing a possible character. I'm going to show you a clip of. I'm sorry if my breathing is so loud. This video right there. This video on Instagram. Wait for it. 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 Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. This character right here. This character right here. So if you don't know who that character is, this character is known as the Curator. And if you want to know about who this character is and what he does, I'm gonna post a link down below the stream from another YouTube channel to give you an understanding who that character is and what he does. And the reason I'm excited for it is because he could be the host of this year's Horror Nights event, or an icon. I put icons. They're basically like hosts of the event. They done this back in 20. 2000. In 2000. They've done this since 2000. They stopped in 2012, and then they did the count back up in 2022, 2021. There's a lot of lore with these characters, specifically this character right here, that could be saved. Maybe I'll put a lore video. Maybe I'll send a link to a lore video that I found. It shows a pretty good insight of what these icons are and their lore. So yeah, the, the curator I am excited. Like the curator I'm excited because he's a pretty neat character. He's like a narrator of an anthology comic series. I won't go too much. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna drop a link of a video to explain who that character is, explained by a different YouTube channel. Specifically, oh my god, specifically, if you want to know more about this event, you can check on to this channel. Specifically, this character, this video right there. I'm gonna send a link to this video down below so you can learn about this character and where he debuted in. With that being said, that's pretty much it. The spec season the speculation has finally finished, and with this merchandise reveal, this could mean that we might be close to our first haunted house announcement. It could most likely be Terrifier, but who knows? I will send a link to the video of the curator down below after the stream. And yeah, thank you. Oh wait, before I leave, this might be a random. It might be a little random question, but I've always wanted to do this. I want you to. Sorry. I want you to simply. I want you to simply select. I don't know if you can read. I don't know if you can read it. I want you to simply select which character are you most excited to encounter for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. It's basically a command vote. Just click exclamation mark and the word. Within just chat the exclamation mark and the word that's showing you. It's only showing 3 characters. This is my first time doing a poll like this. It is just a simple question. It's just a simple question. To vote, like I said, to vote, you just put exclamation mark and the word that says. Just type any, it doesn't matter. The Springtrap are the clown, Jason Voorhees, and oh my god, which one did you choose? I'm not gonna say what I would choose. I'm torn between Springtrap and Jason. Um, don't worry, take your time, take your time. I'm not gonna end the stream. I'm not gonna end the stream. We could probably be here for like 10,000 hours or something. We have all the time in the world. It's basically a test for something. No, 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 no. You can. I just wanted to vote. Look, I'll vote for myself. I'll vote for myself. I'll vote myself. You know what? I'll vote. I'll vote for. You know what? I will vote for Springtrap. I will vote for Springtrap. He's pretty iconic. He's pretty iconic, guy. He's pretty iconic. I'll type it myself to give an example. Does it work? Oh, let's see. Okay, then type in exclamation mark Springtrap. It's basically a command. I've never done commands before in the stream. This is my first one. So type in the command if you know what that is. Right here, I think I need to make them brighter. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Does it work? Uh, how about... Oh, okay. We just need to put the exact words of what we need to say. Okay, okay. I was okay. Okay. Nah, we just need to type in the exact word. Or I'm more of a dummy than you. I am more of a dummy than I am more of a dummy. And this, like I said, this is my first time. This is my first time doing poll in Streamlabs. Okay. Okay. Now you try. Now you try. Now you try. And you say, okay, 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 okay. Now we know how it works. Now we know how it works. This could go perfect for my biggest live stream, which I announced yesterday. Hopefully, I will get more word of mouth for this biggest live stream that I'm planning. I'm just gonna close the poll. Complete. There we go. Well, that seems to be pretty much it for the stream. So that's pretty much it. We could be close. Like I said earlier, we could be close to our first haunted house announcement this year. I'm betting that it could be Terrifier because I don't know exactly. I've never watched the movies, but I heard lots of people loving these movies, and if there is a house announcement, I will do a post on X or Twitter. On the next one. Bye.